The Sudan crisis is a complex set of political, economic, and humanitarian challenges that have affected Sudan. There is struggle for power between different factions within Sudan's political landscape, including the military, government officials, opposition groups, and various ethnic and regional communities. Fueled by economic challenges, including high inflation, unemployment, and a shortage of basic goods and services, it has contributed to widespread public frustration and protests. Millions of people were displaced. Poverty, hunger, and ongoing violence in the crisis, with various factions vying for power and influence. The government has been accused of corruption, human rights violations, and repression of political dissent. A range of opposition groups, including political parties, civil society, and repression of the organizations and armed groups, have been active in Sudan. Several regional powers, including Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, have been involved in the Sudan crisis, providing financial and political support to various factions and seeking to influence the country's future direction. International organizations such as the United Nations, the African Union, and the European Union have been involved in efforts to address the humanitarian and political aspects of the crisis, providing aid and support to those affected and working to broker peace and stability in the region. Negotiated settlement through political agreement or power sharing, international intervention by the African Union or the United Nations, political reform to address issues related to governance, corruption, and human rights abuses, economic development. Greater regional cooperation to resolve conflicts in neighboring countries and water resource management are some potential ways to reduce tensions in Sudan. Pakistan is indirectly affected by the Sudan crisis, particularly in terms of its impact on the region's stability and security. The Sudan crisis has led to a significant refugee crisis, with many people fleeing the country in search of safety and stability. This could potentially impact Pakistan, which has already been hosting millions of Afghan refugees for several decades. Sudan is an important partner for Pakistan in promoting Islamic culture and values, and the two countries have cooperated on a range of religious and cultural initiatives. The crisis could potentially impact these ties and weaken Pakistan's influence in the region. Pakistan has significant security interests in the region, particularly in relation to conflicts in neighboring countries such as Afghanistan and Iran. The Sudan crisis could potentially impact the region's stability, which could in turn affect Pakistan's security. Pakistan has limited economic ties with Sudan. Sudan hosts approximately 1,500 Pakistanis who were evacuated from the country as reported by Foreign Ministry of Pakistan. The crisis could potentially impact trade and investment in the region, which could have indirect consequences for Pakistan's economy.